Ever wonder if the moon landing was all staged? Yes, I'm putting on my tinfoil hat right now, because with everything happening in this world, you can't completely strike off the idea of a secret government cover up, can you? Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of conspiracies. What's fact? What's fiction? And where do we draw the line? This is every possible conspiracy theory you can think of debunked in under 10 minutes. Let's begin. The chemtrails. Ever notice those white trails left behind by airplanes? And wonder if there's more to them than meets the eye? To most people, these are harmless condensation trails formed from water vapor. However, according to chemtrails theory, these trails are not as innocent as they appear to be. Believers argue that these are actually chemical agents being deliberately sprayed by the government for unknown purposes, perhaps weather control or even mind control. Theory points to the persistence and spread of these trails, claiming they differ from the normal ones. They suggest that the chemicals contain harmful substances like aluminum, barium, and whatnot, which are all potentially harmful to respiratory systems. On the other hand, scientists and other experts debunk these claims, explaining that conditions like temperature and humidity at high altitudes can cause longer trails to linger and spread. They also emphasize the fact that air quality examinations show no unusual behavior linked to these trails. My take? I give this conspiracy a thumbs down, because the government already has better ways to harm your body and control your mind. You will see that in a minute. For the next one, Brigitte Macron. The claim that Brigitte Macron, the First Lady of France, is actually a transgender woman has taken the internet by storm, sparking debates. According to the conspiracy, Brigitte Macron was born a male and transitioned to a female before marrying Emmanuel Macron. In fact, Brigitte Macron is said to be born Jean-Michel Tronju and has apparently taken the identity of his late baby sister as Brigitte. They believe that a grand cover-up is at play to hide her true identity. But what is the fuel behind this bizarre theory? Some say that it trails behind the significant age difference between the couple, with Brigitte being 24 years older than Emmanuel, which challenges the traditional gender and age norms of society. But one can't deny the fact that the couple has its own flaws. For example, Emmanuel was underage at only 14 years old when they started dating. However, the unsettling part of the story is how there isn't a single picture of Brigitte from when she was young. Also, the fact that the entire investigation team was sent by the government right when they discovered that such a theory was being researched. Seems like there is more to the story than what meets the eye. To debunk whether you are a woman or not is as simple as daylight, and the fact that there are still questions regarding the same just makes you wonder if there is more to the story. So I give this conspiracy theory a thumbs up. The Big Pharma. Imagine a powerful pharma company intentionally hiding cures for diseases just to keep us hooked on their expensive treatments. Sounds like a thriller movie, right? Well, it's not. Proponents of Big Pharma believe that these corporations prioritize profit over public health. They say that cures for cancer, diabetes, and even HIV are within our reach, but they are concealing them to maintain a continuous stream of revenue from ongoing treatments. This theory suggests a world where the suffering of millions is prolonged for their profits and financial gain. But how did this theory gain attention? Skeptics point to the high cost of medications, the opioid crisis, and instances where drugs with severe side effects were pushed onto the market. They argue that these are signs of a system that is more interested in its bottom line than in curing diseases. However, many scientists do not agree with these claims and emphasize the fact of rigorous research, testing, and regulatory approval processes involved in the making of the drugs. They assert that finding cures is an incredibly complex process, not something easily hidden. So is Big Pharma a greedy villain, or just a misunderstood player in the world of drugs? I give this conspiracy theory a 50-50, because I don't think that there is some truth to it, but it's not something that we could be 100% sure of. The robo-pigeons. Now this is where things get crazy. It is one of the quirkiest conspiracies out there. It is the idea that pigeons in the US are actually government surveillance drones. The theory, which gained popularity through memes and social media, claims that the government supposedly placed robot pigeons among the real ones to keep an eye on the citizens. Supporters argue that the decline in pigeon population around that time was because the government was swapping them out for these high-tech spies. Some even claim the birds need to recharge, explaining why they sit on the power lines so often. Despite the theory's humorous and bizarre nature, it's crucial to note there's zero credible evidence supporting these claims. Bird watchers and ornithologists confirm that these birds are indeed just birds. While it's fun to imagine a world where pigeons are tiny robots spying on us, this theory is better left for science fiction. So this conspiracy theory gets a thumbs down from me. The fluoride water theory. The theory surrounds the fact that fluoride is being added to the U.S. water supply. Officially, it is added to public water to improve dental hygiene and prevent tooth decay. However, some believe this is just a cover-up. Critics argue that fluoride can be harmful to health, potentially causing conditions like fluorosis, which discolors teeth, and even more severe issues like bone problems or cognitive impairments. In fact, they have a research point out of the fact that ever since fluoride has been added to the water, the number of cavities that have been recorded have gone up significantly. Now, is this because of the increased consumption of sugar in the population? Well, perhaps, but it's something that we need to dig deeper as well. Believers claim that the government is either downplaying these risks or using fluoride as a means of population control. Studies also point out that excessive fluoride exposure can lead to negative health effects, questioning why it's still being widely used. Despite these concerns, huge health organizations like the World Health Organization maintain that fluoride in controlled amounts is safe and beneficial for public health. Because of all of these reasons, this complicated conspiracy theory gets a thumbs up from me, and I'm never drinking tap water ever again. COVID vaccination. From the moment COVID-19 vaccines were announced, conspiracies sprang up like wildfire. One of the most pervasive ideas was that vaccines are a covert tool for population control. Some believe that microchips are being implanted in people through the vaccine, which allows the government to track us. This theory gained widespread attention thanks to the so-called influential voices and misinformation on social media. Another theory suggests that the vaccines are a part of a crucial plan to alter human DNA. The scientists and other medical experts thoroughly debunked these claims. They explained that the mRNA technology used in the vaccines cannot alter DNA, and that microchip implantation is just stupidity. However, amidst all this chaos, the world missed the fact that COVID vaccines were indeed promised to ensure that the virus would not spread from one person to the other. This claim was later revised, and it was said that the vaccine, in fact, does not help with the spread of the virus. This led to the fact that taking the vaccine or not should have been a personal choice, and not a social responsibility, and that right was stripped away from us. So is there more to this whole COVID vaccine conspiracy? 100%. And that's why this conspiracy theory gets a thumbs up from me. We're blasting off into the most enduring and captivating conspiracies of all time. The moon landing hoax. Did NASA really fool the world in 1969? Or is this just another outlandish theory? According to the moon landing hoax theory, the iconic Apollo 11 mission, where the one and only Neil Armstrong became the first man to set foot on the moon, was an elaborate scheme that NASA and the U.S. government staged. People argue that the United States, desperate to win the space race against the Soviet Union, faked the moon landing in a Hollywood studio to assert its dominance. Believers, to prove their point, put together various pieces of evidence. For instance, the flag appears to flutter in the vacuum of space, with no stars visible in the sky, and suspicious shadows, suggesting multiple light sources. They claim that filmmaker Stanley Kubrick was hired to direct the landing. However, these claims were again debunked by various experts. The flag's movements are attributed to the lack of atmosphere. The camera's exposure settings explain the absence of stars, and the shadows are consistent with a single light source, the sun. So was it all just an epic game of space-age charades? I don't think so, because the effort that it would have taken to pull this off would have simply not been worth it. So this conspiracy theory gets a thumbs down from me. Get your seatbelts on, people, as we get into our top 3 conspiracies. Continuing on this journey, we have the famous and one of the most intriguing conspiracies of all time, the JFK assassination. Many believe that President John F. Kennedy's push for civil rights and his stance on the Vietnam War threatened powerful interests within the U.S. government, leading to his assassination in 1963. Theories suggest high-ranking officials, including those in the White House, were involved in orchestrating the event. Fast forward to 2024, the shootout that occurred during the rally on Saturday, July 13th, theories allege the attack on Donald Trump served parallel to John F. Kennedy's fate, and it is suggested that the White House was involved to maintain control. While these claims are highly speculative and lack concrete evidence, they keep the intrigue alive. People are still stuck on this question. Is there a secretive force within the White House eliminating those who challenge its power? I completely believe so. So this conspiracy theory gets a huge thumbs up from me. The Illuminati. In modern disclosure, the fascination with the Illuminati transcends as the most intriguing conspiracy, becoming a cultural phenomenon that binds history, myth, and intrigue. Originating in the 18th century as a real secret society promoting Enlightenment ideals, the Illuminati dissolved under political pressure, but its legacy endured in the popular imagination. Today, references to the Illuminati abound in music, literature, and media, often symbolizing hidden power structures. The allure lies not only in the mystery surrounding its historical existence, but also in its transformation into a symbolic representation of power and secrecy. Artists frequently employ Illuminati motifs to explore themes, manipulation, and resistance in narratives. Despite debunking by historians, the concept persists as a metaphor for questioning authority and uncovering hidden truths. It's believed that some of the biggest artists have all worshipped the Illuminati, and whoever tries to challenge the same either goes missing or is dead. But is this real, or just another conspiracy? Well, the concept of a higher power operating all of us doesn't seem too far-fetched. And with celebrities time and again bringing up this reference and having no clear answers to the same, doesn't make things any better. So this conspiracy theory gets a thumbs up from me. These ideas are fascinating, yet incredibly intriguing. What do you think? Could there be any truth to these wild claims, or are they just imaginative? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more intriguing content. See you next time.